Lebetkin, the you Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop. And we got lots of news and rumours. I mean, mostly rumours. Let's be frank, they're mostly rumours. But there's a lot flying around. Doctor Who is in a big state of flux. I'm going to go through all the ones I heard, all the ones I've been sent, and I'll try and give you any sources when I can. I'll give you my take on how credible there are. Normally when I go through this, we have rumours that contradict each other, but I want to tell you all, right, very, very clearly, every single one of these rumours are completely true, and you can take them to the bank, right? You know, the crazes on Twitter love to take things out of context and say, you said this, and then it turns out that it's actually not me. They don't do it with me so much. Noah at the TARDIS, they do it to a lot. And he says, no, I said, that's the rumour I heard, not that. And they go, no, you said it, so you meant, no. So I'm just going for the opposite approach. I'm going for the opposite approach, saying, it's all true. Even the bits that contradict each other, they're all freaking true. Yeah, so go ahead and counsel me. But before you counsel me, hit the like button, hit the share button, hit the subscribe button. Listen, mate. If you want to counsel me, you gotta be informed, right? You gotta know the terrible heresies that I'm saying. Like, for example, I think there's basically two genders. I do. That's my personal opinion. I think the science says that as well. That's also my personal opinion upon reading the science. But, you know, personal opinion, I understand. Heretical. Evil. I'm not saying gender's a spectrum. It's terrifying, isn't it? It's absolutely terrifying. So go ahead and count. But first, subscribe to my channel, right? Subscribe to my channel so you can hear all the heresies I have to say. And subscribe, like, share, comments also very, very good. Thank you very much. I like the comments. And oh man, there's one guy who's like just desperate for attention. I mean, just that he's been trying to get my attention for a while on social media and everything. He's just crazy. Okay, he's just this crazy loon bag who keeps like writing contrary stuff. First to me on social media and then on the comments. I was engaging with him for a bit. I just ignore him. Look, if you want to talk to him, you're more than welcome, right? You're more than welcome. I don't block anybody. I don't delete any comments. Oh, YouTube does, by the way, right? But you should know, YouTube does have a history of deleting comments, so they do. I have no control of it. I am sorry. If you do comment, by the way, I will absolutely try and respond. And Sundays is always a tough day for comments because I've been offline for a day, and I normally put out a reasonably popular video on Friday and Saturdays, right? So like I guess Sundays is a bad day. I got to catch up with comments. If I don't reply today, it'll be tomorrow. The replies to my comments, I'm not so great. I try. Look, if one comes in and catches my eye as I'm doing stuff, I'm like, yay, I can catch it. But otherwise, I'm a bit bad at that, okay? I will admit I'm a bit bad at it. So like, share, subscribe, comment. Oh, go check out my Indiegogo, which, depending on how work goes today, hopefully we're wrapping up by Tuesday or Wednesday, right? This is the thing over here, two freaking awesome graphic novels. Reason I want to wrap this up ASAP, because I'm so excited to start this thing called Substack. Substack is like a blogging platform, but they've gone heavily into comic writers, right? They've gone heavily into them. So yeah, it'll be free at first, right? And I think I'll be permanently free, and then if it goes well, I'll do a paid version as well. But yeah, basically free good comics just delivered to you via email or whatever, whatever system that they have, right? It's just like a blogging thing. Hey, so what's this Indiegogo? 2 awesome comic books. We got biblical Bible stories, racists, rashes, and rogues. It's very, very biblically accurate. Not very preachy at all, in my opinion. I wrote through it. It's 220 pages long. It's rather good. I'm probably going to put bits of this on my Substack as well, right? It's just going to be a lot of stuff there. It's going to be a lot. That's what I'm excited. I guess it's got so much content. It seems to be a great way to share it. Right, and then we got this book, The Imperium, a love letter to telefancy of the 1960s. Artwork by Dominic Raccio. I am to write it. I just got totally frozen. That was really great. I got to look at the timestamp to see if I was really frozen. Okay, I'm at 4 minutes 45 seconds in. I got to look at the time. I got to check when I edit the video if that really was frozen or it just like looked like it was frozen. Probably it was. So this is there it is, a love letter to telefancy of the 1960s. James Bond, Doctor Who, Emma Pill, The Black Staff from 2001, a monkey in a spacesuit, bit of Thunderbirds, bit Prisoner, all thrown in there together. You get the full script as well. This is what, 105 pages. So yeah, you get the full script, all Dominic's initial sketches. We've got adding an extra 5 pages in, and we're adding in a backup strip called The Ice Warriors, something I did with somebody called Stefano Cardastelli, who was the original artist on this, but he had to leave for reasons I really don't know why. It's all explained in the book, right? You get a full commentary on the script, and I think I put in the breakdown for a future series of it that I might do. Tell you, if the Substack thing takes off, right, and I can make some money out of it, I am so doing another volume of this with Dominic on the art. Yeah, that's the place I would do it. I'll be really psyched for it. So you get these 2 books. You get a bunch of extras. This awesome poster. The lovely Leela and Raquel Welch from A Million Years BC, The Time Machine, and K9. Why are they together? Who cares? You're welcome. Then we get the For the Male Gaze cards. I think these are only good. I think I'm going to exclusively only do these on this campaign, right? So if you want them, this is the campaign. Oh man, that Judge Anderson looks freaking hot. Okay, so does Perry. Okay, listen, I'm cavilling about this stuff. I'm going, oh, it's so good, like it's mine. No, this is all Dominic Ratchet. Oh man, he did such a great job. And listen, why do I like it? He's literally brought my fantasies to life. I can't wait to get these printed and get these in my furtive little hands. I wish I could send them in a brown paper bag. Something I'd love to at some point is For the Male Gaze magazine. Like basically a whole magazine of this sort of thing. Like, you know, genre ludity. This Princess Leia one's freaking fantastic. Never try and say 2 words that begin with the F at the same time. It will work out badly. Let us post. Let's go check it out. It's good. It's worth checking out. Fine. Let's get to Doctor Who rumors at this point. It's in the video notes, by the way, the links. Let's start over here. So this is something I did a video on the other day. This is Chris Chibnall finally speaking out. Oh, God, he hates promotion whatsoever, and like just being in the spot, he just clearly hates it with every fiber of his being. I think the reason he hates it is because he's just done a terrible job. He's done a terrible job. Has been a complete and utter failure, right? It's a complete, and he has been. I mean, by every measure, he knows how much he's failed. He was very happy being front and center before season 11 aired, didn't he? They're all smiles and like, oh, we can't wait, and then suddenly they vanish, right? So I don't think he's naturally like a camera shy. I think he's camera shy with people when people going, what you've done is just garbage, just unending ridiculous garbage. I'm just noting this rat picture must be from a couple of years ago. Look, it's got firstly Matt Stevens, he's gone as well, but it's got Graham and Ryan in it. See, this is before. Look at their faces. This is before they knew how badly it was going to go down. I mean, this was before season 11 aired. Look at their little happy faces. Yeah, that was all about to change, wasn't it? This was clearly before season 11 aired. And it just they thought it was going to be the bestest ever. They thought they had a bit of a wobble on season 12 had actually. They thought they had a bit of a wobble on season 11, right? Like, oh, we didn't put enough monsters in, but we're going to make it all super fanny now. Everyone's going to love it. All Cybermen, Timeless Children. It's going to be the bestest ever. And look at their faces. That's exactly what they are. It's going to be the best. Everyone's going to love it. And it destroyed Doctor Who. It absolutely destroyed Doctor Who. So yeah, interesting enough, Time Lord Victorious was seen as something that was brought around. I theorized it's something that was brought around as a way of appeasing the licensees, which we're going to get to soon. In the there's an interesting room about licenses. Appeasing the licensees who tried to sell the Jodie stuff after season 11, and they saw their sales just implode. I think that's fair. You know, before season 11 aired, there was just So much Jodie merchandise, so many Jodie dolls, so many Jodie t-shirts. Look at all these t-shirts. I bet they got them cheap. I bet they got them all cheap, right? Because they're all on clearance. But just so much Jodie merchandise, right? And then it all vanished. Then it all vanished basically over a period of 3 months as season 11 aired. And, you know, when season 11 aired, there was this weird meltdown going on that if you went, oh, that wasn't very good, you know, people who I don't think really loved the show, but loved it having a woman as a lead, freaked out. And they just said, you must be a racist. You must be a bigot. Because the only way anybody wouldn't like this insanely wonderful, stunning and brave Doctor Who is because they don't like Jodie Whittaker, because she has an evil vagina that they're scared of. That's the thing they always go to. They say, don't be scared of my gender. They say scared to make you feel stupid for complaining about something that you're not complaining about, right? So what they say when you say don't be scared of my gender, which is something that Jodie Whittaker said, is don't criticize Doctor Who because I'm a woman, and if you criticize a woman, you're bad. Which seems reasonably sexist to me. I mean, shouldn't we all be on a level playing field? Clearly not. So Tyler Victorious, I think, was brought about because the licensee just saw the massive implosion that was Doctor Who. And it was, let me think, I did an interview with Nick Briggs. I spoke to him about it before it came out. And he said it started in the summer. So that would be the summer of, I guess, 2018, right? Because this was before. So they started planning in the summer of 2018. In traditional BBC fashion, they did a terrible job. They had a good idea, executed abysmally awfully. Right? I really felt bad for them, right? If it was rolled out better, if they put more money into it, that's really the bottom line. If they put more money into it, they would have made a lot more money. They would, if they made like, firstly, they had the nice Lee binding poster, which looked awesome and got everyone excited. Everyone was like super psyched for it. And so if they made that, like, if they had like a free feature-length audio adventure, you could have just had Jake Dubman. You didn't even need to get anybody else in. You could have just had Jake Dubman do the voice and read it. He's a very good narrator, right? And have the bare bones free story given out. Then you would have been able to sell your books, your comics, everything. And also there should have been more oversight to make sure all these licensees weren't going off doing the same nonsense that they normally do. The comics was just unreadably bad. I just don't think that, honestly, Jodie Houser, nothing against her whatsoever. She's never written a comic which I've been interested in reading ever. Yeah, they're professional, they're just not very... Anyway, so that was the summer of 2018. By the time it came out, it kind of crashed and burned. I think one of the reasons it crashed and burned was season 12. I think that's what the BBC thought. Why do I think that? Now, why do I think that? Well, from the mouths of babes. Let's look at this. So, Christian, I think, bit of a fibber. He also said, oh, we had a 3 and done pack. I don't think you did. I think you planned to do 5 seasons and you just didn't expect it to go quite as awfully, go down quite as badly as you thought. So, so he said, he nearly slipped saying, I won't be casting the next Doctor, because I'm only doing a 3. Again, I think he's lying, right? I think he's lying. Here's where I think he's telling the truth, though. Never look at the thing they're actually saying. Look at the things around what they say, because when people lie, right, they guard the thing. They have their mind on the thing they're saying. They don't have their mind on around the things they're saying, especially not Chibnall, because he can't write very well. So so this, I think, was true. He's telling the truth. Jodie and I let BBC Studios know a year ago that this will be our final set of episodes. A year ago. So we're in 2021, August 2021 when this came out. So it'll be let's say August 2020. So that's post season 12. So I think it was around that time they decided to leave. I don't think necessarily they were the ones who decided it. I think they were put on notice after season 11. After season 11 saw a significant dip in all the metrics. And I know people want to say, no, it's as good as ever. Don't believe media hype. In fact, here's the thing. Only ever believe what you know firsthand, and that's really the truth. It's now more than ever, right? Never rush to believe anything that you don't have personal knowledge because people lie. And they lie a lot. They do lie a lot. Lying is, lying is kind of a useful thing. Louis C.K. has this really great, bit in it when he's like, when kids learn to lie, because they lie because they're scared. People lie because they're scared. They don't want to get caught, and so they do obvious lies. And the father comes to the kid, he's covered in chocolate. Who ate the chocolate? Where is the chocolate? The kid's terrified. Did you eat the chocolate? And the kid's like, oh. And so the kid goes, no. And then the parent goes, well, okay then. Have a nice day. And the kid's like, that was awesome. That was that's a hard one to put back in the box. So yeah, people lie. People lie a lot. I think he was lying there, but I don't think he was lying about the timeline. The timeline, if they're telling the truth, suggests that their first season did very badly. Their first season, they saw a significant drop in all the metrics, and they were rushed to course correct. And then they saw their course correct fail. Just failed spectacularly with the time. I think they always planned the Timeless Children and all that nonsense. I think he sold that to the BBC. Piers Wenger was like, yeah, we're going to make the Doctor not white male anymore. Not white and male. And then Piers Wenger was like, oh, so good. I hate white men, apart from myself, who I love very much. And I think that was him. But they saw how much it was damaged. How much they damaged Doctor Who. I think they were fired. I think there was and honestly, I just think there's a lot of corporate massive inefficiency and stupidity that allowed them to bow out gracefully with another 9 episodes. And I do think it was a whole nother part of the BBC wanted them to put through their additional 9th episode as one of the big things of their centennial celebrations. Probably the same part of the BBC that makes all the decisions that makes everybody hate them, because honestly the British public hate the BBC. I think that's fair enough. The British public absolutely hate the BBC. So anyway, so they said a year ago they informed they were leaving, right? By the way, I want to look at this aside of how insanely boring Chris Chibnall is on a personal level. For me, 2022 is the year my 2 sons take their GCSEs and A-levels. Listen, mate. I've got 4 kids. They've all moved to higher education now. Taking GCSEs and A-levels is that's nothing you need to stop work for, okay? In fact, you don't need to stop work for basically anything, right? You don't like what? Oh, no, I can't do... Yeah, where was it? Let's just go a little bit further, because it really shows the mentality of what we're dealing with here. I promise them and my wife I'll be clear of the show by then. Work has often taken precedence, and I promised when I took the job I'll be more present in the year where they were both sitting crucial down. Again, listen... Grown-ups go out to work. Working hard isn't a bad thing. But here, we get this like truly pathetic statement. This is again the crucial example. For God's sake, look, be around. Make sure your kids know your bloody face. But and you have to schedule that. I understand. You have to make it a priority. But they don't need you quitting your job while they're sitting exams. What are you thinking, you moron? I don't know. I just want to slap. I mean, I'm not advocating violence, but I just want to shake him. What do you think? Just forget being an awful showrunner. You're also a terrible parent. I'm going to be here for your crucial exams. This is an extraordinary job to have, but I know Rusty David and Stephen Moffat would agree that work-life balance isn't possible when showrunning Doctor Who. Yeah, it's called being dedicated to your job, right? I don't know. Listen, mate, if you don't love what you're doing, then you might be doing the wrong thing, right? Rusty Davis and Stephen Moffat, they did quite a bit more work than you, in all fairness, as well. Right, Stephen Moffat, they did more episodes and produced an even more successful TV show all at the same time. Now, in all fairness, I thought Doctor Who suffered quite a lot because of that, but did a lot more. Rusty Davis had 3 successful shows running all at the same time, right? So yeah, his work home life might take a hit. You do 10 episodes every 18 months and less now, right? I get like I don't know what's keeping you away from your home. It's but it don't look like it's work, mate. Okay, it doesn't look like it's work keeping you away. You get to see your friends and family maybe 90% less than before. Okay, yeah, it's called a job. All right. No undisturbed holidays or time off over Christmas. Very few work 3 weekends or evenings. Yeah, I know. Okay, this is one of the best jobs in British television. This is one of the best jobs in your career, right? This is when you should be living and breathing your job, right? This is what you work hard to get to. But no, because again, where is this thing? That's not the complaint. Yeah, it is. It's totally great. I love the job at the work. No, you don't. You hate both. And I knew this would be the case one time, but it isn't sustainable or desirable in the long term. It is sustainable, and it's just not desirable. You freaking spineless. Anyway, so a year ago, they've had a year to find a new showrunner, right? Normally, when and then from a PR point of view, when you say one team's leaving, if you want to give the appearance that everything is going great and the ship's doing fantastic and there's no problem, and you say, and here's the film we're taking over. I'm Russell T Davies, and I've had a fantastic time bringing Doctor Who back. Here's my friend Stephen Moffat, who will be taking over. My name's Stephen Moffat. I had a fantastic time doing Doctor Who and Sherlock and Clark. I had 3 Doctors. Oh, wonderful. And here's my good friend Chris Chibnall's going to be taking over. And Chris comes like, it's not up to me. Who's the next one? Yeah. You need that feeling of continuity, and there isn't one. They've had a year to find a showrunner. That speaks a lot, right? That speaks a lot. I think they may be having problems finding a showrunner, right? And that moves on to one of the other rumor that's going around right now. That is that the BBC have had a major change of heart. I find this somewhat difficult to believe because they're doing 9 more episodes with Jodie Whittaker, but they seem to have a major change of heart moving forward. And again, it seems like maybe there's the normal corporate malfeasance that lead to people making stupid, idiotic decisions might be in play here. But apparently, the remit is to write Doctor Who and not pander to whatever current affairs are going on. Basically, it's saying the Chibnall method is a no-no, right? Absolutely not. They're not letting it move on any further. Very, very credible in some respects, in that the BBC have lost are hemorrhaging license payers to an extent that they're terrified. I think it's fair to say the BBC are utterly terrified right now. No matter how much they say it's the best as ever, they normally say things are the best as ever when things are the worst as ever, because they lie a lot. Okay, they lie. Let's go back to what we were saying before. They lie a lot. People lie an awful lot. So all the obvious suspects they've asked already, and they've either said no, or then they're not fitting in with their whatever their mandate is, whatever it might be. Now, I would like to hope the BBC have been terrified into trying to produce good entertainment rather than indoctrinate people. I was going to say educate, but it's more indoctrinate. Maybe they have. Who knows? I mean, I would like to hope so. But look, we've had so many articles like this one, which is really quite fascinating. Normally you have speculated who will be the next Doctor. This is who will be the next showrunner. And it's just like a bunch of names that are somewhat insane. Lance Parkin. Now, Lance Parkin has been on the out since Russell T Davies took over Doctor Who. Lance Parkin was a big name in Doctor Who fandom before Doctor Who came back. I think he reached his pinnacle when the Doctor Who publishing moved from Virgin to BBC Books. He did very well with Virgin, but he really became I would say one of the crucial members of the people driving the BBC Books range. That's the 8th Doctor Adventures. He invented the faction paradox. But he wasn't invited to come and write for the series when Russell T Davies took over. And there was a lot of bad blood. Like, he put out a lot of these blog posts going about how terrible and racist. He was basically being sort of like liberal progressive in 2005, before it was normal. So it was like, I wouldn't really be up for that. Let's have this quickly. We'll say Lance Parker will be a great replacement for Chris Chibnall, as he is one of the first lawyers to write for Paul McGann's Eighth Doctor. How do you tie those two things together? I'm not sure. He's best known for writing audios that star Bernie Sanders from companion for the Seventh Doctor. I don't think he's best known for that at all. Who served as inspiration for the revival series character River's song. No! Inspiration? I just think they kind of ripped off the idea, didn't they? Parkin also wrote for Emmerdale as a storyline editor, giving him insight there. Yeah, no. It's like, but yeah, all the more likely suspects, Sally Rainwhite, for example, his name's been bandied around a lot. I guess Toby Whithouse and Mark Gatiss. Have almost certainly passed on the project by now. If they haven't announced them, they've almost certainly passed on the project. Or we had a lot of rumors last year that Moffat, Stephen Moffat and Russell Davies would return in some way. Maybe they were the ones being courted by the BBC before they said, nope, we ain't going back there again. Uma McCormack. Now, Uma McCormack's a good writer. She did one of the Time Lord Victorious books, and I understand it was quite good. But does she have any any television experience? Start of a fan fiction writer, Star Trek writer. Yeah, doesn't know anything about television production. Sarah Dollard, again, if Sarah Dollard's in the running, I think she said no already. She's worked on Bridgerton and Discovery of Wishes, done a script editor on Merlin, did a couple of good episodes in the Capaldi run, I believe. Is she? I think the BBC would love her. I think she's most likely said no. I think again she's got a lot of success right now with Bridgerton, right? Which I think she's the showrunner on that. I really don't know. Jenny Colgan, which ones did she do? Jenny Colgan portrays herself as a huge fan of Doctor Who, so much so she once claimed her middle name was TARDIS. A lifelong fan of the show since Tom Baker. Colgan was best known for Dark Horizons and In the Blood, featuring 11th and 10th Doctors, respectively. I've never heard of either of these things. Dark Horizons, was it? No, Dark Shadow, I think of. If you guys know Doctor Who, as well as a Diligence could easily breathe new life in the main. Colgan has recently adapted the first 10 Doctors of the Christmasation into... No, she's a writer! I mean, listen, writers can be TV executives, but she's not. She's a writer. Phil Ford, most likely name there so far isn't that he has some TV experience. Phil Ford would only be possible if it was like executive produced by Russell D. Davies or Stephen Moffat. They're good friends. Phil Ford worked with him on Wizards versus Aliens. I think the sequel series to Sarah Jane Adventures. He was very central to Sarah Jane Adventures, and I do remember Lance Parkin attacking him a lot because of it. Elizabeth Miles, this is just a ridiculous idea. She's written a couple of Big Finish stories, and don't think they were actually very good. Patrick Ness, who had a failed spin-off Class, well, at least he works in TV. Matt Fitton, unlikely. I mean, I like Matt Fitton. I think he's a solid writer, but again, no TV experience whatsoever. Jacqueline Rayner, same problem. This is a ridiculous. And Vinay Patel. Really? I think he is 0, 0, 0 hoping of the next showrunner. Pete Mateague was supposed to be in a meeting in TV Centre recently, and he blocked a bunch of people in Doctor Who fandom. And they're taking it and say, oh, he's been courted. I could be. I mean, he might be one of the few options on the table, but I don't know. I just don't think they found the person yet, right? So I think, yeah. So when Jodie Whittaker went on the David Tennant podcast right after she did the first episode, said, I didn't break it. Looks like you did, darling. It looks like you did. It looks pretty clearly like you did. Fine. What's this next subject over here? But here, let's have a look forward to see what they will be doing. What's this? Doctor Who star says he'll return to Doctor Who when hell freezes over. Okay, well, that's fine. So, Series 13 will feature terrifying new adversaries for Jodie Whittaker's Time Lord to contend with. Interestingly enough, this is not going to be, in America, it's not going to be on HBO Max, which is the people who pay for it. They have, I think, everybody apart from Jodie on HBO Max. They're going to be on AMC Plus, I think, which is, I guess a subsidiary owned by Warner or whatever, but it seems to have a lesser cachet than HBO Max, right? But yeah, and they say it's going to premiere on there. I don't know. Okay, the last one of the first ever female Doctor. So we await this autumn's brand new sparkling episodes. Deadline has provided an official synopsis of sorts. And firstly, look, I mean, all the publicity we see is so drab. Right, it's all people standing around looking drab. I mean, just go and look at some of the David Tennant or Matt Smith or any publicity stills. They were all doing stuff. They're like running with explosions and being exciting. This is what this era is. Boring. Absolutely boring. And this expression for Amanda Gill seems to be the only one she has this year, right? That's it. I don't think she's able to get beyond the dour sourpuss, right? Let's see what she's got to say. She's back. The 13th Doctor is returning for the 13th series in what is set to be a 6-part event serial. Now, do you think the BBC are going to drop this all in one day or stripe it over a week? I could see them doing that, right? I could totally see them doing that for a couple of reasons. One, it will get it over quicker, right? Their best bet is to drop the 6 episodes in one day and have people binge it. It will get it over because I think they're getting ready for disaster. I think they know it's going to be bad, which is quite sad, really. Yeah, I think they know it's heading for disaster. And yeah, the rumors I had from a couple of weeks ago was the script for episode 1 is supposed to be awful, like just unbearably awful. Speaking of awful, I'm trying to do a review of Web of Fear, great story. The animation in it is like, this is clearly something they're experimenting with for the future. But it's so bad. It actually makes me nauseous trying to watch it. I've got to take a lot more time to watch it and take notes on it because it just doesn't work at all. They have a telesnap reconstruction, much better. On the same disc, it's much better. Somebody sent me a fan one as well, which I got to check out. This is just awful. So awful is the flavor of the day with Doctor Who, apparently. Since the last epic battle and revolution of the TARDIS, the Doctor, Jodie Whittaker, and yes, Amanda Gill have been exploring the universe together. But so I guess they made room for they could do lots of big finish Mandip and Jodie adventures. I mean, go ahead, mate. Go ahead. Might as well. Let's see if you sell any. I would love to watch that. I would love to watch them try to do that. And exploring the universe together. Will they be exploring each other together? But the Doctor's now questioning everything about her past. She will undoubtedly search for her answers. So it's basically the search for the timeless children, right? And they've got these people called the Swarm. John Bishop's newcomer to the TARDIS, Dan Lewis, will quickly learn there's more to the universe than he could ever believe. Okay, good. Meanwhile, Game of Thrones Jacob Adams returning is set to make a debut as the character Vinda. No, I'm not a replacement for Captain Jack. Yes, you are. Well, okay, I guess I am. Vinda, season 13 will introduce some terrifying new adversaries and the return of iconic old enemies. Well, Weeping Angels, I guess. They've already announced those. Weeping Angels, by the way, TARDIS Children, if you wanted to have a monster that actually tied into that, Weeping Angels seemed like it made sense because it was heavily intimated they were created out of the Time Lords, were at the end of the Tennant run, right? So it at least makes sense, but it's going to be garbage. It's going to be awful. And I think the BBC know that, right? I think the BBC know, which makes you ask, why do they commission another 3 specials then? It's because the BBC it's not like one person. It's like a group of people, and it's all like, blah, everyone's going in different directions, and they're all morons. Yeah, they're all. That's the answer to most things. How did that happen? Afghanistan. How did that happen? How did it go so badly in Afghanistan for the Biden administration? It went so badly. Okay, I thought it was some kind of setup by the intelligence forces to take down Biden for some reason, replacing Kamala Harris. I don't think that anymore. I just think they were stupid, right? I just think it's pure stupidity. I've been citing common sense for willy-nilly where there clearly wasn't any. I think the same thing's happening over here. Don't you? Yeah, over here. I think there are. So into some terrifying new adversaries and return of truly iconic enemies. The synopsis said, expect action. I don't. Fun. I certainly don't expect fun. Scares. More like repulsion. Extraordinary new worlds. Okay, maybe. Extraordinarily dull new worlds. As a doctor and her friends confront a deadly evil. Okay, whatever. It could well be if the earlier rumor that BBC are course correcting, which could, again, the facts kind of fit that rumor. But if that is indeed the case, Chibnall could have been told to wrap everything up and put everything back in the box and leave it as you found it, right? Over the next 6 episodes. Would make sense. Again, listen, we just got to wait and see what they do. And even then, who knows, right? Yeah, even then, honestly, who knows? Another interesting rumor is that the only thing that's really been nailed down so far, and again, I don't really believe this because no new showrunner has been picked yet, is the design for the TARDIS is this new multi-level workshop thing, and it's been designed by the licensees. So it sounds like maybe it was designed by Character Options, designed by a toy company, so they could replicate easily and well. Maybe that one sounds a bit more fishy, man. I don't think anything can really be signed off until a showrunner has been picked, unless it's just going to be like a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a stewardship rather than a showrunner. Like if you're a director of a Marvel movie, you're not really in control of that movie. They start doing. They start on work. They actually start work on the computer work for the action sequences before they finish writing a script, before they cast people, before there's a director. They could be going for a similar model for that. Now, again, how can we see that Doctor Who is not a good ship? Is not going down well. We have this story over here. Titan Comics announces new Doctor Who series. So it looks to me Titan Comics is treading water, trying to put out the minimum amount possible to justify their license. But if they put too much in, they know they're going to lose money. So they got, again, Jodie Houser, don't know how, maybe get a new production, maybe a new artist team in. They're doing a very non-Jodie Doctor Who comic, another very non-Jodie Doctor Who comic. It's going to be the 8th Doctor, it's the 8th Doctor and the 10th Doctor, I think. 11th Doctor. Titan Comics is excited to announce that this November will see the launch of a special Doctor Who comic series marking the 25th anniversary of the 8th Doctor, as well as the 11th anniversary of the 11th Doctor, plus the return of the iconic companion Rose Tyler, following off the huge success of the Doctor Who crossover adventures, the 10th and 13th Doctor. The special comic event will be 8th and 11th. What? Really? Why no 13th? And I bet you it's going to be the 13th Doctor. If Jodie Houser's writing it, she always puts the 13th Doctor in everything, unless they're specifically ordered not to. I don't know. Could be. Team up with Rose Tyler to defeat a brand new villain. Trapped in a parallel universe, Rose Tyler believed her adventures with the Doctor are now over. Now pulled by a mysterious energy into reality, she must work with 2 Doctors to end the tyrannical rule of the warmongering bad wolf empress. Sounds kind of dull. And again, it sounds like it is just something to justify the cost of the license without putting too much into creating product, because that product doesn't sell, right? So maybe. So yeah, it's coming out soon. Again, no Jodie to be seen. I wonder why, because they keep telling us how popular she is. because she's not popular. And we're going to end on a sad story, right? End on a sad story. Story of cancellation. Karen Gillan, who I really, really like, has done something I really, really don't like. Doctor Who star Karen Gillan pulls out a major event after Shame John Barrowman joins the lineup. And now John Barrowman has deleted his Twitter account. I think this was the thing that pushed him over the edge. It's really sad. I feel bad for Barrowman, but you know what? Listen, the lesson is this. Don't make friends with psychopaths. Like, don't go and wallow in a pit with psychopaths, which is what John Barrowman did. I understand, John, you're gay, right? You're gay, and you feel like there's some cultural need to be on one side of the cultural aisle, right? That side of the cultural aisle has cancelled you. That's just the reality of it, right? The other side of the cultural aisle, who say that we're all bigots and racists and we can't stand gay people. Not so much, mate. Not so much. You should have just carried on, right? Sadly, you know, the entire entertainment industry is on your side, the cultural aisle. But you know, there's so many ways that you can be an independent content creator. It's sad. It's sad that what's gone down. So let's have a quick look at the story. Doctor Who star Karen Gillan pulled out a fan event just 3 days after John Barrowman, Shame John Barrowman was announced as taking part. This is, again, I keep saying sad. Actress Karen, who played assistant Amy Pond between 2010 and 2000, was scheduled to appear in the World's Comic Con in November. But after John, who was forced to apologise for repeatedly exposing himself on set, was unveiled for participating on the 10th of August, Karen dropped out on the 13th. In a video message to Pan, the star apologised, claiming that she was forced to pull out schedule by schedule with a clash from filming Guardians of the Galaxy. She was gutted for not taking part. This sounds like bullcrap. Maybe, who knows? Although he did delete his Twitter account, I don't know. But it's also say close to Karen, 33, who was publicly back campaigning against sexual harassment, said she was reluctant to appear alongside Barrowman. Could be, again, this is what we say with all these bloody rumours. Could be. She told The Sun on Sunday, Karen has been a vocal in speaking up against systematic sexual harassment in the workplace in the past. I do get it. But see, look, if this story is true, and it's a big if the story is true, this is the problem without thinking through one's moral framework in life, right? You know, essentially the Western world said, oh, you know that moral frame, that Judeo-Christian moral framework? Yeah, we hate it. We hate everything about it, and we're throwing it out, right? And we said, wait a minute, there's a baby in the bathwater! No, too late, they threw it out. And so they have really no idea of how to... They need a whole new moral system developed that's coherent and consistent. And they don't have one. So, he was accused, he got his dick out a lot on set as a bit of a lark, right? I don't think he meant to intimidate anyone, certainly not to harass anyone. He just seems like he had a bit of a lark. But this falls into Gillan's rules of being, oh, this is me too, blah, you got to say that, right? And so you're kind of trapped with a stupid, non-thought-through moral system, and this is basically what you end up with. It continued to be an issue. She feels very strongly about it, so the prospect of appearing alongside John Barrowman left her very conflicted. In 2018, Karen joined hundreds of women in the Time's Up initiative designed to combat systematic sexual abuse within the workplace. Yeah, listen, actually what that really was J.J. Abrams' wife working as to get rivals out of Hollywood. That's really what it was, right? Whatever. Listen. Were a lot of people being sexually assaulted to get a job in a commercial, right? To get like a non-speaking role in a sitcom? Yes, and I think society is to blame for that, and not all of society. The sick Hollywood society is to blame for that because they're sick, right? They're sick, bad people. So he says, stand with women in the street, hashtag times on blah 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 blah. and the decision came after a huge backlash from fans who took to social media to claim out John's involvement in the Telford event. Oh, this is if this is the case, this is very sad. One wrote, World's Comic Con used to be a safe space, but now you're inviting somebody who has sexually harassed his castmates. No, he hasn't, but you're a sick person who screams it. And again, listen, if she believes the Twitterati, yeah, but again, Karen, if this is true, you're going to find yourself in exactly the same position as John Barrowman, right? John Barrowman was like, look, I'm on the right side of history. Look at me, I'm on the right side of history. And then they decided they didn't like him and he was gone. It ain't going to be long before they decide they don't like you and you're going to be gone. You're going to see the same. This is what happens when you make friends with psychopaths, right? They're not your friends. None of these psychopaths are your friends. Karen, if you are making friends with psychopaths, you can expect to be treated by your friends like the psychopaths. And as I said, I wish to cancel my ticket as I do not agree with this person being featured due to his actions of entertaining people and making life better on set. He said it was only ever in good humor. Again, he's now cancelled his Twitter account. He's not going to appear on the panel for Dancing on Ice after he was axed by that. So yeah, John, I hope you're doing well, mate. I really feel no Schadenfreude for you whatsoever. I feel no I take no pleasure in your cancellation, even though I'm being proved right. I take no pleasure at all. I feel your pain, and I think you only got yourself to blame. But I still feel your pain. But again, who knows if any of this is true, right? Yeah, who knows if any of this is true? It is, of course, a Rumour Patrol. My name's Tzvi Lebetkin, the Rabbi from another planet. Please like, share, and subscribe, and ring the little bell. Ring the little bell so you're notified when new videos drop.